Yo, 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 what's up? I'm Patrick Cooke, award-winning songwriter, producer, also mentor and member of Adam's private mentorship, the Billboard 500 Club. You are here today on the Music Industry Contact YouTube channel, where we do in-depth breakdowns of hit songs. Today's video, I'm going to be analyzing Pink Venom by BLACKPINK. If you didn't already know, we can't monetize these videos here, so our Patreon Golden Ear community means the world to us. Over on Patreon, we have more exclusive content only found there, including early access to videos and polls so you can help us select the next song to break down. If you have been supporting us over there, rock and roll on Patreon, we want to say thank you so much. If you haven't, click the link in the description to pledge and join us there. Without further ado, let's get into it. BLACKPINK, Pink Venom.
Since you couldn't get $1 out of me. 자 오늘 밤이야 난 독을 품고 네 혼을 뺏은 다음 Look what you made us do. 천천히 널 잠재울 fire. 잔이 날만큼 아름다워. I bring the pain like this that pink venom, this that pink venom, this that pink venom. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight to your
All right. Wow. So much going on here. Let's break it down. Let's start right at the beginning. Super cool intro. So really important to notice like what elements they're starting with, what elements they're bringing in, how they build the energy moving towards the chorus. So let's listen right off the top. What are the elements they have right at the beginning? Okay, so they have this sort of, I don't know what it is. It's a sitar. It's some kind of Asian stringed instrument. Very interesting, very cool. Never really heard that before. It already draws me in. It's like, wow, I haven't really heard that. It's kind of cool. They have the vocal going BLACKPINK, BLACKPINK, getting louder. All right, so they're announcing the name of the band. They've got a rhythm element, kind of a percussion, kind of sounds like a tabla. Let's have another listen. Also in the background, you can hear sort of a speaking voice, kind of like a radio. Okay, so you can hear it's ramping up. It's ramping up. They're going to go into this chorus. All right. Building. Okay, great. So let's stop it right there. That was the verse section. There's two parts to it. So there's two vocalists. I love how they do that in these sort of groups, like K-pop groups, where there's different singers. It gives it a different feel from section to section. Also means you can do two verse sections and have it sound different enough and interesting enough to keep the audience interested. Cool. So they drop the bass, they drop the kick, they drop the drums, and they switch the lead element to something. Is it? They got that beautiful little transition element. So So notice they switched the lead hook element, whatever that instrument is, they went up an octave. And the reason they did that is to get it out of the frequency range of the voice. The vocal has to be the central thing in every pop song. And so making sure there's sonic frequency so the vocal can sit without competing with other elements. That's why they put that that lead instrument up an octave so it's higher in the frequency range. Then they filled out the bottom with the bass and the drums, but they left the middle section free for that vocal to sit up front. Check it out. You can hear everything perfectly stacked in the frequency range. So they switched the voice to a different singer, and they switched the hook line too. It's a different instrument, but it's still in that same register. Transition element. Oh, I love the transition elements in these songs. Check it out. What they're doing to move into the pre-chorus. Okay, pre-chorus. So they break it down. Notice they took out the bass, they took out the drums. Different vocalist. Now build. Drums come back in. Building, building, chorus. Let's hear it.
I bring the pain like this, that pink venom, this, that pink venom, this, that pink venom. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight till you don't like. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight till you don't like. Taste that pink
Okay, this is so cool. This is like a textbook chorus. It's like an anti-chorus where it's like they're going to drop it, but they bring everything out. So there's almost nothing happening here. There's the bass, there's the little the hook line, and there's the vocal that is just saturated with powers of three. Powers of three is when you repeat a line or a phrase more than 3 times. It hammers it home in the listener's memory, so they can anticipate it coming up again, right? So let's listen, first of all, what elements are going on, because they break it down to almost nothing here in the chorus. It's just super cool.
I bring the pain like this, that pink venom, this, that pink venom, this, that pink venom. Get 'em, get 'em.
Okay, so there's a kick, there's a snap, a finger snap, there's the bass doing the
Straight till you don't like. Whoa,
synth
whoa,
bass.
whoa. Straight
bum, ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-bum, bum.
till you don't like.
And then on the 4, on the end of each bar, it comes in the Asian sort of world instrument. I don't even know what it is, but it's super cool. Okay, so those are the elements. Really super simple. They're going to bring something in for the second half of the chorus, but let's listen now for the powers of 3. See if you can pick them out. How many powers of 3 are going on?
Like this, that pink venom, this, that pink venom, this, that pink venom. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight till you don't like.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Straight till you don't like.
Wow, 4 powers of 3 already.
Pink venom, taste that pink venom, taste that pink
times.
venom. Get 'em, get 'em,
Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em.
Straight till you don't like. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight till you don't like. BLACKPINK and
Awesome, right? So textbook chorus, repeatable, powers of 3 all over the place, things that the audience can sing along to. Taste that pink venom, taste that pink venom, right? You hear it once and you can remember it, you can sing along. That is so, so key in pop music. Okay, awesome. Let's move into the second verse and see what they got going on here.
you don't like. BLACKPINK and got bodies like Rambo. Rest in peace, please light up a candle. This the life of a vandal, messed up, and I'm still in saline. Deciding crime, so it wouldn't be me.
Okay, so this has got like an old school West Coast hip hop Dr. Dre feel, which is awesome about these K-pop songs because they're always doing something different. Each section has something interesting and different that still keeps within the scope of the song and the scope of the band, but they really push the boundaries with genres and moods and instruments, right? So this is like an old school hip hop beat. They've got that instrument on the top, which is totally Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. Check it out. And then the vocal it's like more of a straight up hip hop.
You don't like. BLACKPINK and got bodies like Rambo. Rest in peace, please light up a candle. This the life of a vandal, messed up, and I'm
Just
still
drums,
in saline.
vocal, and that lead
Deciding crime,
instrument.
so it wouldn't be me. Diamond shining, driving silence. I don't mind it. I'm riding, flying.
Add a little
private
percussion
side by side
element
with a
there.
pilot. Up in the sky and I'm wild and silent on him, and there's no chance. Cause we got bodies on bodies like this a slow dance.
Great transition element. Great transition element. So, because it was pretty straight up for those 2 verses, 2 different vocalists. And then that's the transition element that brings in the next section, which I'm assuming will go back to the pre-chorus. But just listen how they stack the vocals in this transition.
Bodies on bodies like just a slow dance.
Very cool. So they dropped one down that it's like an octave down, probably using Little Alter Boy. Great plugin if you haven't checked it out. A lot of pop music now uses Little Alter Boy, which drops the formant or the pitch or both or a combination to give that sort of low octave feel. And then now they're going into the pre-chorus. Let's see what they do here.
Cause we got bodies on bodies like just a slow dance.
Yeah, back to the pre-chorus. Drop out the bass and drums. Just the hook and the percussion. Builds. Right on, so we've heard this before. The riser, transition element. Yes. Back to the chorus. We've heard this before. Right? Powers of three. I've heard it before. I know it's coming. Taste that pink venom. Taste that pink venom. Awesome. Okay, bridge section. Different chords. Add elements. Kick comes in there. Double time kick. Transition. Okay, awesome. Wait for it moment. Right on. So much going on here. So let's back it up just to back to this chorus. Coming out of this chorus, they have the transition element, which is basically they drop everything out. So first, the second half of the pre-chorus drops the kick. Halftime kick. Building. Riser. Listen to the transition element. Okay, so it's like a wait for it moment. Everything drops out, and they even say stop, drop, I bring the pain like, right? So dropping into the last chorus, let's see what they do here.
I bring the pain like
Cool. Power of three. Repeat it. Repeat. Very, very cool. So it's kind of like a different chorus. It's the same chorus music with a few added elements, but they've got this sort of outro post thing going rat-tat-tat-tat, rat-tat-tat-tat, but repeatable. That's all pop music is keep it interesting enough that the listener is constantly looking for something new or getting something new, but repeatable enough that they don't feel lost or confused. It's the border between order and chaos, right? That's really how you should look at it. Too much order and it gets boring. Too much chaos and they get confused and they turn the channel or they skip the video, right? So that's what pop music is all about, is walking that border between order and chaos. I highly recommend checking out Adam's breakdowns of producers and songwriters on the Billboard 500 Club website. I've watched all of them and participated in all of them, and I've never learned more about how to craft a pop song than listening to Adam break down these songs, doing exactly what we're doing here, but they take an artist and go through 10 or 15 of their songs and really break it down and give you the recipe on what's really happening here, the repeatable things that you can use in your songs to make them hooky, to make them interesting, to make them commercial, and to actually advance your career. So I highly recommend checking that out if you haven't already. Right on. So before I give you my final thoughts, I just want to say thank you for checking out my breakdown of Pink Venom by BLACKPINK. If you liked it, give it a like and a subscribe to our channel below. Listen, what can you say about these K-pop songs? They're so interesting. There's so much going on, but it's only the minimal amount of information to keep you interested but not confused. That's really what it is. And from section to section, they're making little changes, and then like they drop out the kick and the bass for the pre, and then they build it up, and then the chorus is like they strip away everything, just a bass and a hook and a kick, and the repeatable power of three over and over and over again, so you really get it. And you're not bored of it. You're interested because you want to sing along. I'm really impressed with how these K-pop songs make the repeatable hooks and just draw you in. And then from section to section, you go into that second verse, you get like the Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre vibe, right? Which is like old school. It's kind of different, but it still fits with the overall vibe of the entire song. Wow, super cool. What a great band. What a great song. Listen, if you are a musician looking to, advance your career, I'd love to invite you to join me and apply for the Billboard 500 Club. It's the best place if you're looking to find a community of talented people to create hit songs or mentorship on how to navigate the music industry successfully. I highly recommend checking it out, thebillboard500.com, and apply for the private club. There's over 70 mentors. I'm one of them, but I'm also a member. Always something to learn there. Some of the most successful people in the music industry teaching up-and-comers just like you. Do not wait. There's limited capacity. I will see you there. Again, my name is Patrick Cooke, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Peace.